Hi, and welcome to this new tutorial. And today we are continuing our series on how to make a track from scratch. We are seeing how I use the performance mode on the Polyend Tracker to make some transition along and across all the patterns, and a little bit of gain staging and preparing the track to be recorded. First, let's talk about the master section. This is the main pattern. As you can see, this is too hot. So lower down. I'm trying to stay a little bit low with the levels, just because in the mix and mastering section we can work on it, so we have a lot of space to work with the volume and stuff like that. This is so important, and it's called gain staging. Just because if you record a signal too hot, as you know, this will be digitally distorted and is not really pleasant. So this is a really important thing. Gain staging is the first step to have a well-recorded stuff. Let's take a look a little bit of two things: EQ and the master limiter. On the master limiter, I have set it up as extreme, and is in sidechain on the track 1 on the kick. Maybe a little bit less. All right. This allows us to have a more space on the lower frequencies on the kick. This is a really useful tool inside the Polyend Tracker to prevent a little bit of masking. As you may know, lower frequencies are a little bit hard to mix together, just because the frequency masking, bass and kicks, so frequently eat each other. With the sidechain limiter, you can a little bit solve this issue. Master EQ. I tend to use a little bit this master EQ just to clean up the muddy frequencies and make the general sound a little bit opened before the mixing stage. This is what I call pre-mixing my track. So we have here a little bit more bass that is pumping. Okay, on the middle low frequencies of this range from 2050 to maybe 4000, here we have the madness of our sound. So just lowering a little bit allow us to get rid of these mushy frequencies that surely we don't want. I tend to lower it down a little bit on the 1K, and we are backing up the mid and higher frequencies to have more open sound. We have also the bass boost and the space. The bass boost is self-explanatory. The space is a mid-side tool. I tend not to use it just because we are using mid-side technique into a DAW in the mixing stage. So I leave as it is. It's kind of open up the stereo image, but it's introduced, especially with the high setting, a little bit of phase shifting, and we don't want that. So I don't use that before my mixing stage. Now, the perform mode. So I tend to use the performance mode with a project settings. So my setup on the performance are the same across all projects, just to have a little bit of cohesion, and above all, this led me to remember where I put all my effects. So this is the effect I use the most: the step repeater, sample playback, 2 filters, low pass and high pass, a pattern play mode, a tune, the 2 reverb, reverb and send, the 2 sends, a pattern length, beat depth, the overdrive that I use kind of a general saturator on a master saturator, and the volume. You can use the perform mode to really do transition between patterns. So I give you some example. I will not record all the performance, but some example to give you a cue. I tend to use the reverb and the delay to add more space and add kind of a room. It's like you are in a real room, a real recording room, and you are recording the place also, not the instrument only. Yeah, as you can see, you can really use all the effects alone or in conjunction with each other's to create transitioning across all your patterns. Here is just a question of your creativity and of course the track, but it's a question a lot of your creativity. You can really use all these effects and all the other that you can see here, to really spark across your tracks and your patterns, give it a movement that is so important in electronic music. And yeah, this was really a quick view of what you can do with the performance mode. This is a really personal thing, just because you can choose whatever effect you want, and the settings you want, and this kind of way to mangle your patterns, it's really great and can lead you to new idea. Remember, you can always switch patterns on the fly if you want. And you are remixing your tracks live. Of course, you can use the song mode to create your tracks and then perform on it, but I just prefer to switch manually patterns, just because I have more control on it. So this is a personal choice. And remember, when you are playing, if you press the screen key and press the up arrow, you can switch directly the pattern. If you press the right or left keys, the pattern will switch when you take off the end, and it comes to the end and then switch pattern. If you want direct switching, you have to use up and down. You see. And yeah, this is it for this video. In the next video, and will be the last of this series, we will mix and master this little tune. So, see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you want, check my Gumroad page for Polyend Tracker and Polyend Play, but not only, also Octa Tracker and Digitact, instrument packs and samples. And see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.